about the
Absolutely.
Celtics. All right, I do have a couple of interesting tidbits here from WWE, and it might spur some discussions. It might not. Who knows? But the first thing I want to mention is the WWE is upset with CM Punk for an NHL tweet, and I'm getting this from WrestleZone.com. According to the Wrestling Observer, believe it or not, several WWE officials were upset with CM Punk for tweeting backstage about how good the Chicago Blackhawks versus Boston Bruins Stanley Cup Finals game was on June 24th. Punk sent out the tweet during a live Raw broadcast, and several officials went as far as to blame Punk for the low Raw rating that week. That's garbage. Anybody that's been watching the WWE product lately has realized that it's gone stale.
Okay.
Number one,
Really?
would I ever think that the Stanley Cup would beat the WWE ratings? Oh, heck no. Especially since, the Stanley Cup was moved from NBC to NBC Sports because it wasn't garnering any ratings at all. And I know Mark would probably slap me for saying that. But I don't think it was Punk tweeting about that. I think it's the product that needs to get better. I mean, the WWE product goes in cycles like
Right.
we were just talking about.
Right.
But with no real competition, TNA is so far off and Ring of Honor is so far off from the WWE that Vince and the writing team don't have that creative oomph to do the storylines like they did during the Attitude Era when they were actually competing with WCW.
Right. Wow.
Another thing is kind of sad that. Well, let me read it first. Again from Wrestling.com. According to the IndieChannel.com, WWE pyrotechnics were blamed for the asthma attack which killed an Indianapolis mother back in 2008. The following is an article excerpt. Susan Prim treated her sons, Brody and Tyler Prim, to a World Wrestling Entertainment match. But toward the end of the action, Brody Prim said his excitement turned to fear. She was telling us she was having trouble breathing and she wasn't feeling too well, and so we walked out. She collapsed. She was passed out, Prim said. The Prims were at what was then Conseco Fieldhouse for the nationally televised WWE SummerSlam on August 17, 2008. The Prim said smoke from the fireworks show in the final act caused a 36-year-old nurse to have a fatal asthma attack.
Wow.
Earlier in the week, the Indiana Court of Appeals sided with the Prims and decided the list of defendants, which includes WWE stands. All right, so now come the discussion. I think that's bogus as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's obviously sad and it's obviously heartbreaking that
Right.
somebody passed away
Right.
because of, supposedly because of the fireworks.
Right.
However, do I feel that the WWE needs to have a wrongful death suit or something because of it? No. When you buy tickets to an event, especially a live televised event,
Right.
it's a contract basically stating that you understand what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
If you've seen WWE program, you know they use pyrotechnics.
Right.
You know there's going to be smoke. If you have asthma, make sure you have your inhaler
Right.
with you because you know what you're getting into.
Right.
I it's the same thing when kids do the wrestling in the backyard and get hurt, and they want to blame the WWE wrestlers because of it. Well, they put on a disclaimer: do not try this at home.
Right.
The parents are not watching the kids. That's on the parents, not the WWE.
Right. Wow. It's a pretty sad story, man.
It really is. Tweet us your comments. Definitely send it to us so that we can see what you think about all this.
Please. Please.
All right.
So we have a lot to talk about.
We do. Let's get started with the one thing that I don't want to spend too much time on. Oh,
Okay.
Before I do, let me move on to the CTW, Connecticut Wrestling Entertainment.
Okay.
Their 5-year anniversary show that was announced a couple weeks ago with the Mac was on with me. The CTW Summer Spectacular 5-year anniversary show will be on August 24th, and it'll have a star-studded lineup headlined by former WWE, WCW, and TNA superstar Big Sexy Kevin
Really?
Nash. Yes.
Kevin Nash?
Also the return of Rhino, Eddie Edwards, Homicide, and Michael Elgin. Also making their CTW WWE debut, former NXT superstar Derek Bateman and Dragon Gate USA's Johnny Gargano. It's going to be jam-packed. Let me put it that way. We are working on press passes to that event. My goal, and I will let everybody know, my goal is to have an interview with Kevin Nash. Live for the sport, maybe not live, but definitely for the Sports Wire. That's my goal. and I'm letting it out there.
That's like your favorite wrestler.
Yes,
isn't it?
Kevin, and you know what? Honestly, I will mark out for him anytime that I see him wrestle, because he's always been my favorite wrestler. So definitely check out ctweprowrestling.com for more information about their 5-year anniversary show.